Welcome, Sketchbook Heroes and Sketchbook Warriors. We're going to be doing caricatures, and I'm going to talk about process, how to do that. How do you do caricatures? And we've got some resources and stuff we'll be sharing. All right, so let's get started. Let's just jump into this. All right, so with caricatures, you want to get the face and you want to exaggerate. So you do want to have some experience with your drawing and drawing in general. But like this drawing here, if I were to exaggerate it, I can exaggerate the bean shape of this. And you want to start from general to specific. I can actually get that chin to be really pointy and get this kind of like that shape. And once you actually even study other caricatures, you can actually see the kinds of shapes that they use. We'll be showing some of those tonight, and going from here and doing your own kind of exaggeration. We can bring that nose even further down, make that nose pointy, or round it out, straighten it out, do some bigger eyes. And of course, it is understanding how to draw eyes and simplifying them and exaggerating them. So you can see it, understanding the construction of an eye. We'll be going all over this stuff in time. So tonight's really our first official night. We've been doing caricatures, but I think we're going to break it down like this. Here we go. So you can see me just if you're following along, great. If not, it's okay. I'm just kind of explaining the process, getting the shape, going from general to specific, and you would draw this, and if when you're first starting off, maybe with pencil, and then you can ink it in. We can make it a smaller nose, or he's got these lips. We can and make it look more of a female, like a female. We can actually add more hair and play with it. Just play with it. But you get the idea. You get the idea. Let's see. Let's jump into some examples. All right. So let's share my screen, and these are the ones that were uploaded to our meetup class. So here we go. Caricature drawing. There we go. So we are doing caricature drawing. I did change the title of the class for the month. We're doing caricature drawing, and then we'll see where we go from there. All right, we have our examples. So let's jump into our examples. Really good stuff. I really like the process. It is about the process. So you can see, here's the process. You can see the shapes, right? So here's the shapes, really, really general. Look at the shapes and the forms. And then here, really notice that, I guess, remember, left arm is forward. So the overlapping and understanding space. So left arm is forward, right arm back. And here the right leg is forward and the left leg back. And they're just constructing this in pencil probably, and then inking it in afterwards, adding more detail, understanding the structure. And this goes pretty fast. It goes pretty fast. I was lazy. I was a lazy artist. I didn't like doing this stuff. I didn't see the value of it. I just wanted to jump to the end, this end part. And this is not even the end here. This is step 4. And then inking it in. So notice the pencil drawing almost complete before inking. So it looks really, really complete. And then inking it in and getting all the detail. All right, so that's a general process. A lot of steps, but yeah, it's good to kind of get into your own flow, into your own process. But it basically goes that way. It goes from general to specific. You can see as I go back, just trying to get the basic shapes, the basic form, the placement, and then constructing it and building it up till you get to the end. All right, so notice the glove lines and all the detail. Don't get lost in the detail. I'm trying to capture the form. All right, so that's a good character. Maybe we'll draw it. Here's a good book, caricatures. I do have, this book looks good. No need to draw, but yeah, you can see the construction as well here. If you do go to our, and yeah, there's the shape of the head, just like I was saying, shape of the head, and you can just really exaggerate, play with different shapes, even shapes that are not there, and try to get the face to fit in. If you do go to our meetup event here, let's see, this is it. I'm hoping. Let's go back. Events. back to albums. No, let's go to events. I did put a link. I put a link to, and I think, oh, I'll put it in the chat, but in the events, and you click on today's May 2nd. Welcome to May Day. Right in here, caricature drawing, get the PDF here. So if you click on that, get the PDF here. I still have the one for the Loomis head that's there, but this one PDF, that one will take you to here, our PDF drive, the PDF drive. And the PDF drive, that'll take you to drawing cartoon faces, face off, even animal drawings, not cartoon, caricature, actually says caricature here. So cartoons, how to draw cartoons. I'll be going through these this week, and we'll be reviewing some of these next week. So if you want to go on your own and review these, there's lots of pages. I'll be doing that next week, and then we might even use one of these. I've seen this one. This one's a really good one. But I want one really just for beginners. So we'll do that afterwards. I'll put that in the link in the chat. Let's put it in the chat. Here we go. Control V. And let's get started. There it is. That's in the chat. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start with some of the caricatures that were uploaded here. I really like this Face the Rock. And you can see how this artist kind of really exaggerates. I mean, he can really puts a point on his head. Sometimes you can get to an exaggeration where it doesn't look like the caricature. It doesn't look like the character. So, but you can see the cheek. You can see this jaw, a really strong jaw. I would probably exaggerate this jaw. So we're probably going to draw it my way. So, yeah, let's see. So that's it. But it'll be really close to this. Maybe I would round out that head. Who knows? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the rock is cooking. So why don't we do this one first? Copy the image address. Oops. Copy image address. Let's put it in the chat. Paste there. That's look at what the rock is cooking there. That's really big. All right, so if you want to screenshot that, I will screenshot it and put it in the chat, and let's get it going. Do you want this one too? I think just his face, I think would be good.
He has such nice skin.
Yeah.
He probably gets facials.
Yeah, all these actors, and it's part of the persona, and all right, we'll see.
Part of the industry.
Yeah. All right, so you can see the one I just did, and very similar. We'll start off with the shape of the head, and let me see. I can actually I would probably here on mine put a little more forehead, a little more hair, and then even that little bun. You could see more of a cartoon, kind of that based on that caricature, maybe even a little more eyelashes. But
down just a smidge, please. I couldn't see when you were drawing the top of her head, her hair. I couldn't see that. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, let's get started on the rock. Let's see what the rock is cooking. So the basic shape that I see, let me highlight myself. Right, spotlight. There we go. All right, there we go. That's better. All right, so let's see what the rock's cooking. All right, so the shape of his head, he really has that strong jawline, strong jaw. So I would get this angle here, and then and really bring that jaw down and that chin, right? Almost like this, that there. All right, so I really see this jaw and this big chin, and then here I can get that to go up to the cheek, and then I would get the roundedness of that top of the head. The roundedness of the top of the head. Yeah, just like that. That's the shape I would do if I were doing a caricature of the rock. So you can see this angle here, rounded that a little bit, but what's important are this angle, this chin, and I can probably see that angle there too. That's adding to that angle. And then you have this cheek up here. I am exaggerating it, pulling it out, just like I think they did in that cartoon. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see that shape. Beans are really good practice, drawing bean shapes, like getting like a bean shape and really trying to capture the solidness of a bean, right? And sketching it in. See this turning like that. We've got the nose. I'm gonna have the nose right about there. I can kind of block it in and have the nose, and then the mouth right about there at this angle, and then the eyes I'm gonna have going this way. This eye really up here. I'm gonna have it up there, and then this other eye. Oh, I just lost it. Love it. You masterpiece. Glad you're sharing. And then his other eye down here. Hopefully our caricature looks more like the rock than the caricature we just saw. But it is just a caricature. I did see, oh, where did I just see? I just saw somebody doing a caricature, and it was not, sometimes it's not flattering. It's like, whoa. All right, it's gonna be a little ear, and I'm gonna stick it out. I'm gonna stick it out. I'm gonna put it right about there. See, so this is an exaggeration of the ear. Just putting a little ear, sticking it out right there. So it'll be there. It's got a big thick neck, so we can have that kind of like a neck there, like this. Looks like Mr. Clean. And we can put the, well, he's got a shirt, but he would have that trapezium muscle that goes back there. All right, so this is more or less the placement. I've got this almost centered. It is like a 3/4 view. I will work on these areas, but I think that's just a good start. A good start. All right, let's see. Let's just do it. Now here I would let's see. Let's find. I have this marker here. All right, I'm going to start with this eye. And now the structure of the eye, again, you would have to know that there's an eyeball inside, and you have to keep that in mind as you're drawing this eyeball. So I am seeing the eyeball that's underneath, but I'm doing the eyelashes, or that eyelash that's there. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the pupil. That pupil is up in this area, looking up at that side. Now, not doing a great job of breaking this into pieces like I do on the beginning class. I've been breaking it down a lot. Been doing a lot of breakdowns, but that circle should be back here somewhere like this. There we go, in pencil, like right in there. I see that circle right in there. That's the circle I see. And then here's the pupil a little bit under that eyelash. And then let's continue with the marker. There we go. Now that I have that circle there, you can see this is that part of the circle that I need, like just that part. And then I'm going to put that eyebrow, I'm sorry, the eyebrow. Eyebrow, I'm going to lift it up and then bring it down, and then give him that kind of like look. Let's see, right there. Really have to get the feel of the form. If you haven't been drawing and this is new, this might be a little bit tough, because understanding and getting the feel of that form does take some practice. And there we go. I like that. I'm going to go ahead and color. I'm going to leave a little bit of a highlight on one side, and then shade the rest of the eye in. Right in there like that. And then do the bottom of that eye. Just there like that. And I am using the picture. I'm looking at the picture as I draw. All right, let me see. He's got that eyebrow. Let's get this other one. This one's a little bit lower. Like that. I'm just going to go straight across like that. Ooh, I'm going to have to probably bring this cheek down. That cheek down. I'm going to bring this cheek down. I don't like where it's at right now. But yeah, there we go. I'm just going to bring it down slightly. Yeah. Just so it goes with the flow, of the shape. this eye's we got that eyelash, and then this eyelash kind of fitting that space like that. And then we've got his nose. His nose, he's got a bump on his nose, a little bit of a bump. I can put a little bit of a bump and then out like that. A little bit of a bump right at that where that eye is. And get that other in there. Try to keep that highlight. That's good. I like that. That's good. And then his nose. Kind of there. Notice how I did adjust it. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but I do get the feel of it, the feel of this form. And it's just experience, it's practice. All right, he's got nostrils. So there's one here. Like that. It's nose, construction. Oh, man. And then a bulb. Like that. There we go. Add a little bit of that line right in there. There we go. And there's a little bit of a laugh line. Bring that in as it comes out. And when you're drawing caricatures, it does take some practice as far as like you want to draw this over and over. I'm like just drawing this once and making it look like, oh, you know, but sometimes you need to play with the shapes, you need to play with the forms. And maybe we'll do that with the next one and try to capture it a little bit. Try to capture it. So there's my center. Right. Top lip right there. And I do keep in mind that it's a 3/4 view, so everything's slanted to the right. Get this, so that's the top lip, then the bottom lip. There it is. And then I'm going to round this chin. This chin, I see that, and we can exaggerate. I'm going to bring this down even more. There we go. That's it. And I can add this little bit of a line there. And then here we go with this line up here. And I'm going to, there we go, right in there. Let's get that ear in here. And it's a cartoon ear. It can be just like that. There we go, a cartoon ear. And then his head. That's it. There we go. Just rounded head. We can add a little bit. I think he does have these prominent cheekbones. We've got one here. We can try to line it up on the other side. I would probably just put maybe a little bit of a line right in there, kind of like that for that cheekbone. And then maybe another line up here for the temple. Right there, just another simple line. I think that looks pretty good. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. You can see that. I could have, I don't know, I lost a little bit of the bulb on his nose, but that's okay. And again, it's a cartoon. It's just a cartoon. And some people will get it, some people won't. Like, who's that supposed to be? It's okay, it's a cartoon of the rock. You got his caricature. There we go. And there's one down for tonight. A little bit of a.
I did try to copy a picture of you, Eladio, from the meetup site. The little icon.
Yeah.
It wouldn't copy for me though. I was going to copy it and then cartoon it the way I did with the Spock, but I couldn't do it, so I did Spock.
Oh, I see the Spock. Was it some kind of AI? It looks like some kind of AI did it. Or
well, I mean, it's one of those. It's a turn a photo into a cartoon better.
Yeah, that's artificial intelligence, believe it or not. It's
Oh, it
yeah.
just makes him look like a young Asian man,
Yeah,
Chinese.
I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. So there's our little the rock. We can probably draw a little rock. There's a rock. See what he's cooking. Can you smell? I mean, this is old. If you know what this rock is cooking, that's really goes back. Let me see. You can sign it. Actually, that's not really my signature, but there we go. Let's next one. It's all about practice. It's all about doing it. It's all about the journey.
Wow.
Thanks. Let's see. Let's go back and see what. Yeah, you can see what theirs looked like. And there we go. All right, let's go to the next one. Yeah, I mean, and they can see what they simplified, how they got, different things. All right, let's
Yours
go.
is better.
Let's see. Let's go to this one. Here we go. And then this baby, you can see this baby, and you can see this is just general shapes that and they just added the features that baby here. I think the nose, yeah. I think he's a real character. This guy up here, he's a real character. So why don't we draw him? And you can see how I draw him. The baby, it's a 3/4 view. It's really hard. It's a little blurry. I mean, we could probably make one up or even copy this one. Now you can see the hands. The artist didn't do the hands. He's just doing the caricatures. But I think this caricature, this guy up here, let's copy image address. Let's go up here. Let's put it there. Let's do this caricature. He's a character, this guy up here. You'll see some people are easier to do than others when you're doing caricatures. People with glasses, cheeks, hair, it's like, oh, that's what's his face, and you can really capture it and nail it. It's like, oh, when you're doing caricatures. So let's do this one. Let's go to my chat. That's his front tooth is very strange. Yeah, a little bit. Somebody put in the chat. Let's see. There we go.
He looks so happy with his baby.
Yeah, very, very proud. All right, let's capture that. All right, so this is the one we're going to be doing. All right, here we go. Let's get this going. Now, again, the process. What's the shape? What's the shape I see? We can go with a lot of different shapes. We really can. We can go with. Let's see. Let's play with this one a little bit. I mean, the shape I totally kind of really see right away, again, is the head, and then these cheeks with all the hair on it, right? That's 3H. That's what I see. And then the glasses on top. I mean, the glasses on top. So you have the head and this whole cheek area. And then it's easy just to put the mustache in here. I've already almost got it going. Right, this whole mustache, that's what and who he is. But the foundation would be that shape. We can go with a lot of different shapes. We can exaggerate it even more of an egg shape, and really just there's a lot of ways we can go with it. I'll draw this actually several ways. I really like this character. Let's see if I can do a bunch or a few, at least three different ones. 3 different ones. All right. So here, we'll do this one with this shape here. Let me see what it looks like. And when you're doing caricatures, it's so hard to try not to try to be polite and try to be not to over exaggerate some of the stuff. That's what it was. I think there was an artist that he was doing it for fun, and I don't know, he was not too flattering with his drawing. All right, this one I'm going to do more of an egg shape here with its big head, and then this shape here's going to be more like two circles, and then one more. Let's do one more shape. Let's do the opposite of this shape and do more of an egg shape here, like this shape. And it's playing with shapes. Sometimes you want to go with a square or a circle. Exactly. I mean, it doesn't have to be even these shapes. You can see I'm just playing with these different shapes, and that's just the foundation. The foundation got this Hershey's Kiss shape. All right, so and then just put the stuff on top of it. All right, let's do it. Let's just go ahead and do it. Glasses, I love glasses because it helps. There is a slight angle. So let's see, pencil, go back to the pencil. There's a slight angle. I'm gonna get some of the construction here. Slight angle. And then get that forehead. I don't know, it looks like it's got some kind of hat on. And I do like those cheeks, that double 8 kind of look there. So let's get this going. Let's get these glasses on here. And glasses are good exercise because they have to be symmetrical. So you can see that shape, that form. Well, it's actually a shape. It's that shape there. And I go down here and do the bridge of the glasses. And then go up on here and see that top almost straight. You can actually straighten it out. And there we go. The bottom is rounded with a little flare tips there. There we go. And it's pretty symmetrical. This rounded nose, and it's got this. We can put a little bulb. Actually, let's go this way with it. I could put a little bit of a bulb on it. Exaggerate. Oh yeah, definitely probably 2 little lines right there. He's got that kind of nose. And there we go. And then his mustache really just goes on in here. I'm exaggerating it there. You can see it almost like it goes down up the middle. Down. There we go. It does kind of come out like that. That's it. I think that's pretty good. Put some lines on it. And try to get that cheek in there. Let's see, get that cheek in here, cheek in here. And that would go in and then out of the glasses. Out. And somebody mentioned his tooth, but we don't have to do his tooth. I mean, I can just put like, there's this simple teeth. And there, that. He's got this hair right here and all this hair. I'm gonna just put it as I go around. And I'm just putting it in that shape, in that space. It's got this beard. The beard goes up and around here too, so I think, yeah, let me see. And then a cartoon ear. Here's my cartoon ear with just a little bit of a top, and again that shape. It's almost like a letter A. I don't know that ear that I get that tragus is called the tragus, and it looks like an H actually. This one. All right, let's get these eyes. He's got these big eyes. The way I would do these eyes, just like that. We can do really big circle there. We actually, I mean, we can. It's a cartoon. It's a caricature, but he's got these really big. So there's the pupils right there. We could even keep it like that, and it is really experimenting, exploring with different things. Different shapes. We can actually keep that if we wanted to. He's got these big bushy eyebrows as well. This is a real caricature. And we can actually, if you wanted to, get a little more accurate. He's got something like that. These little laugh lines too. All right, welcome. If you're just joining us, we are drawing caricatures for the rest of the month of May. We are drawing caricatures. And drawing the basic shape. We're doing the shape, and then we're doing the form on top of that. Let's see, he's got a bit of a forehead. And then he's got this cap that goes on top. This little cap. All right, let's draw him again. Let's draw him again, but with this shape here. This shape here. Let's see. Let's finish this one though. I think with this cap, I can't really see it, but I would put these cap lines all the way across the top. Yeah. Adds to the, maybe has some of his hair coming out. All right. Okay. All right. So now we got the strawberry kind of shape, the strawberry shape for this one. We're going to really exaggerate the, let's zoom in on this one. We can zoom in on that one. Leave it there. Actually, we can give a little bit of shade on the eyebrows. A little bit of shade on the eyebrows. Now that I look at it, well, let's do it again here. This one I'm going to straighten him out. We'll straighten him out so he's like looking straight. He's got this shape here. I'm going to put the glasses. Let's go really big with the glasses. I think this one I'll make it more cartoony. And it really is playing with it, playing with the shapes, playing with, and you're going to like some of them. You're not going to like some of them. It's all the journey. It's really the journey. A lot of times we're afraid to do stuff, try things. And there's that. And it's eyebrows. I'm exaggerating. Notice the shape. It's kind of like a rectangle, and then it comes down to a point on this side. And then this side will be more of a rectangle here. Right there, see that rectangle? And then I'm going to bring it back. Actually, just kind of like the same as I did with that one. So it's not really symmetrical. It's a mirror or copied image. Just for the fun of it. And then let's do these big eyes. I'm going to do just kind of like that one. 1, 2. There we go. Let's exaggerate the rest of this thing. I'm going to do a small nose. We're going to do a little small nose on this one. Little small nose right in here. Small nose. And to really exaggerate this hair this time. I'm going to really exaggerate this mustache more. This mustache even more. There we go. This shape there. So you're just playing with the shapes, really just playing with these shapes. And then just the more you experiment with different shapes, you'll see what you like. And next time you actually draw a character with similar, because a lot of people are similar features, you'll say, oh, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw it just like that. Use this shape for that. There we go. A little bit of hair on it like this. Got a little bit of a beard. And that was the base that I used, that strawberry shape. And I'm going to go ahead and put the hat or the cap that he has on there. All right, that's really close to being done. Let's see, make this more cheeky maybe. All right, there we go. That's good. Now we can add some ears. little tiny ears on the side. I really like his let me see if we can do this. He's got like little crow's feet. I'll put the crow's feet right in there. It's got these little bags and crow's feet. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Another little bag on the side. The crow's feet won't show up on that other side. I remember doing teachers, drawing teachers. I was like, oh. That's how I got my start in classes, drawing teachers as cartoon caricatures. All right, let's go with the Hershey shape here. All right, the Hershey shape. All right, let's go with the Hershey shape. I'm gonna bring the glasses up higher. This whole bottom part is gonna be the whole shape of that. Let's bring the glasses up. We're doing it symmetrical. Right on the Hershey shape. Get those glasses on there. I'm gonna bring the nose out a little bit bigger than our last one. Let's go here. All right, so I've got kind of like the parentheses of the nose, and then the nostrils kind of going like right underneath it like that. There we go. Yeah. And then for these eyes, I'm gonna make them smaller. I'm gonna do a little dot for the eyes, and then I'm gonna really accentuate that the kind of bag that he has with little crow's feet. Let me thicken up these glasses because they don't look right. Let's see, thicken them up a little bit. Oh, I see what it.
I just decided if I turn to a life of crime, I will become an art thief. I always thought I'd steal chocolate, but I've decided art.
Chocolate thief. Art thief. Any museums or galleries you're thinking of?
I'll just go around stealing all the hoppers. It's more interesting to hit different, a lot of different museums.
Yeah.
Although there was one in Sweden that was hit, and it was really, no one got hurt, but they were packing some real serious weaponry.
Oh my God.
And yeah, I don't know how I get away with, well, I would steal at night when no one's there. Well, I'll have to figure it out. I may have to, if my life of crime, I may have to go back to being a chocolate thief.
It's all about the plan, the process. What do you do first, second? Like here, we're planning our art thief here. We're stealing a face. We got the general idea, and then we break in the details. Notice those eyebrows that I put in, kind of funky. And I'm giving him a small forehead. He actually has a pretty big forehead. I probably could have exaggerated the forehead a little bit more on some of these, but this one I'm going totally the opposite. I'm giving him a little forehead here on this one, just because it goes with the shape. That shape, and then making that cap kind of go up here. There's the cap, and then here's where the whole mustache again is really a big part of his character. Well, let's get these cheeks in. That's right. Let's get these cheeks in. So I'm gonna go here and here this time. And let's get a little bit of those cheeks in here on this shape. See, I'm using this shape. And then I'm gonna go with that mustache. Makes him look older. That's okay. And you can see it. Here we go with the Hershey, and then here we go with the upside down, almost strawberry shape. And you can see which one you like more. I think I'm leaning towards that one, but we'll just finish this anyways. Let's see if we can get that. I kind of like that mouth open, kind of shape like that for this one. So we've got that mouth open, and then we've got the bottom lip for hair. Right there. And keep this as cheeks, those cheek shapes, and then really add that chin again. All that shape there. And then just add the shape onto here, I guess, the hair. And it's good. I'm using a marker here. Your materials really kind of like matter at this point. You know, having a marker, having the thickness of marker. This one has a pretty thick tip, and I have these micron. This micron is really super fine. I probably wouldn't use this one because this, especially, it would unless I was putting in cross hatching. You can see that how thin and micro this line is. Really thin, sharp. All right, let's finish this up. Let's finish this caricature. Yeah, you just got to play with the shapes, play with the shapes. Do your own, you know. Don't be afraid to change things. Don't have to straight copy me. Doesn't have to look like mine. You can go with what you feel. There we go. Put this hair on here. And then not too shabby. 3 different versions. Let's put some ears. I'd like to put maybe some ears. Afterthought. There we go. It looks like a beaver. It looks like a chipmunk. Yeah, that's the thing. You don't want to offend people. That's always hard. It's like, oh, offend people. Some people are easily offended. No, don't draw me. Like, okay. So there we go. There's one, a 3 of 1. All right, let's go to another one. All righty, let's see. We're just rolling along here. Where are we? All right, let me share my screen. If they find chocolate on the fingerprints. Oh man. Chocolate. 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 There we go. Let's share my screen. Hey. Am I sharing my screen? Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's see. Next one. I'm going to shuffle through them. See what we got. That one. He's a character in himself. Yeah, definitely. You can see all these. I mean, if anything, I would probably have given him darker eyes. But you can see this is definitely a caricature face. Easy. It's like, oh, I know who that is. Hey, that's what he's got. He's a caricature in himself. There you go. Exaggerating the cheeks. Oh, this is similar to the one I did earlier. Interesting. Yeah, look at the eyes, exaggerating the eyes. That's a nice one. Maybe we'll do that one next. This one too, exaggerating the eyes. And then you have to know about form. You can see this person knows about drawing hands and drawing that. You know, that's definitely not to be taken for granted. But they really break it down nicely. This artist breaks it down nicely. They understand the structure of the hands. Yeah, they are rabbits, making them look more like rabbits. These are like Angora or really furry rabbits. Really nice simplification. Really nice cleaning up of this picture. Oh, and then we got Snoop. We did draw him once a while back. This one's tough. This one's I've got a nice angle. I mean, you can see the exaggeration of the cheekbones, the jaw, the chin, the different parts. And after drawing a few of these, you'll be able to do your own. They're really exaggerated. And this is the one we went through earlier, and I think that's it. So we'll probably, yeah, we'll see. Oh no, there's this one. Yeah, this shape of the head. Notice the shape, the shapes. This is where you start. getting the shape, and then just putting the features in there. No need for drawing, but check out YouTube Browser World. Let's Browser
Not
World.
not necessarily for drawing.
Not necessarily for drawing. Hello, May. Surprise me. We are in May. We are in May. Oh yeah, I'm here. Speaking of surprise. Oh, this one actually would be good. Let's do this one. And you can see this is computer generated. The computer figured out, and they're doing good with fingers now. This program, whichever this program is, I mean, this is insane. This is definitely computer generated. It's not like an artist sat there and personally did this for you. That would be very expensive. But the computer recognized this is a cat and this is a person, probably making them look Asian. And definitely really interesting what the computer did with this. AI,
Knocked at least 10 years off of him. This guy's at least 10 years younger.
at least quite a few years, quite a few years. Yeah, but let's go with Spock. Let's do this.
I guess as they got older, his eyebrows went up.
Yeah, soften up the eyebrows. All right, let's do Spock. It's a little blurry. So, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, the IA is not that good. They didn't turn him into a Vulcan. The other guy, the ears aren't particularly pointy, and the eyebrows definitely.
Uh-huh. All right, here we go. Let's zoom in and let's do this one. All right, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Let's here we go. All right, screenshot this one. So we got at least 3 drawings here. Yeah, capture. All right. So really what makes him him? Definitely he's got the cheekbones, the ears, and the eyes, and this really, really strong face. All right, so let's do that. Try to capture that. And he's got the bowl cut. He definitely has that bowl haircut. So let's start off with a circle. Like I always like to start off with a circle. I got my circle here, and then off the circle, I'm gonna get those cheeks in there, and that really strong face here. We got this jaw, really long jaw here. So here's my cheekbone, here's my circle, same height, same width, same height, same width. So if you got your circle, notice how this cheek just comes off that circle, comes down, and then I'm gonna do this jaw like that, and this jaw is gonna come up and attach itself to the circle here, to the circle, because that's the back of that. So notice these angles there. This angle's steeper. This one's actually more of an angle. This one's steeper. And then this one has a slight angle to it too. All right. I'm going to put his nose in here. The nose right about there. It's got this really prominent nose as well. I mean, I can almost draw this this triangle shape here. They'll live long and prosper. Then he's got his bow cut. Now I'm just using shapes. Actually, I really like the feel of this, where I'm actually almost going abstract. See this shape for this nose, this eye here, this eyebrow, and then I don't even have to draw it like a nose. I'm drawing just the shape, that shape.
I should have put it in Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the weirdest looking person I've ever seen.
He's a elf Musk, Elon the elf. Yeah, actually, I just saw a video of him at a game, and he's shaking people's hands. He is definitely an interesting character. He's definitely an interesting character. All right, so I'm getting these angles, but even more so is the shapes. I'm gonna put this line here, that line there, We could probably have him do the the live long and prosper kind of thing going on here. I do have this jawline here, and I can take that ear and maybe even exaggerate it up and bring it on back right in there. Bring it on back. There we go. Look at that. Right in there. And got these eyes here. And then really thin lips. He's got some really thin, low lips. You know? And you can see how I've exaggerated him. He's got this jaw, not jaw, the cheekbones. The cheekbone I have here, cheekbone on this side. Notice those shapes. We don't even have to draw the eyes in. I mean, he was, and then just the shape. Look at the shape. I really, I could have drawn more of that nose, but I really like just that shape. That shape as far as so abstract, but I like it. And that bow cut right there. And then just keep that circle shape. Just go around that circle shape. Yeah, I think that's a nice caricature right there. That one's a good one. I like it. Yeah, sometimes, and it's okay. It's like you're shooting at targets. You're going to hit it sometimes. Sometimes you're not. And that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes you hit it. Sometimes you don't. And you just gotta, it's part of the journey. It's part of the journey. It's all the journey, all the journey. All right, so I'm gonna thin his neck out. Let's see, there's the jaw. I'm gonna bring the neck in a little bit. And then you see, I'm gonna bring this neck around here. Put that collar on him. And then I'm gonna, it's really thin. So I'm gonna, put almost, this here on him. And I don't know which hand he uses, his left hand or right hand, but he definitely has this, let me see, live long and prosper. Let's do some research. Live long and prosper, Spock, live long. That's all put, see what comes up. Let's go for images. There it is. All right, let's see which one. He's using his right hand. Actually, yeah, his right hand. So he's using his right hand. All right, so then I'll do it. I'll do that. I'll put it right in here. Right in here. I'm going to start off with, I kind of see the big shape first, this big shape. And this is where the hand is kind of go, that oval, right? But it's really two parts. When you're drawing a hand, there's two parts. There's the palm, and then there's the fingers. There's the palm, and then I'm going to bring that hand. There's the wrist. And we'll have it come down and then attach it to that shoulder here. Really thin shoulder, really thin shoulder. And here we go. We gotta add a little symbol here. I don't know what that is. It's like a upside down V. There's some curves to it. It's like curve, but it's this like triangle shape. And then one side's a little bit less point, a little thinner. That's what it is. A little, this side's thicker and this side's thinner. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. All right. Coming along, coming along. Spocking, very shocking, spocking. All right, let's do this. All right, so I can break this down into two parts. There's two fingers on here. Two fingers on that side. The middle finger and the pointer finger are on this side. And then the thumb is on this side. I'm going to add that part of the thumb, that palm part. And then the thumb coming out here. I'll break this down into three parts. This thumb, this part, three parts. So we got this part here, 1, 2, and then 3 attaching itself there. Yeah, that's good. All right, I like that as a base. I'm going to go ahead and, why don't we just go ahead and do that hand? I'm glad you love Spock. I do too. He's so logical. He's so, no emotions. which is, I don't know. I was very logical. I was very growing up a little too much. I think I lacked emotions. All right, so here we go. Here's the pinky. Here's the other finger right in there. A little bit of overlapping. I'm going to let's see. I'm going to add a little bit of these little web parts of the finger. Like that. There's two of the fingers there. And then he's got the gap. This is the middle finger, so this will be the longest one, just slightly longer. There's the pointer finger. Attach itself. I'm going to bring that down onto that part, and then right in here, that thumb. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Here's the inside of that palm. And then bring that down. Here's the wrist. Now this is where we're actually, I got to learn to practice drawing cylinders. This is a cylinder. This is a cylinder here. If you haven't practiced drawing your cylinders, it's going to show right here, because this is a cylinder right in there, and we're not drawing all of that ellipse. We're just drawing that part of that ellipse, and then bringing that down. Bring that down. And I don't know, he's got some kind of design on this, which I'll just, we'll just scribble it in along that, kind of bringing it around. Oh, where's my sketchbook? I did do some drawing when I was at, I did do some drawing. I'll have to bring it on Thursday. I was talking about, I did some drawings of shapes and was mentioning in my notes as far as like doing cross sections. And then I did a public service announcement about intersections. Most accidents happen in intersections, so be careful out there when you're in an intersection. Intersections are dangerous, so there we go. Let's zoom out and finish this up. Yeah. All right, so there's the hand. Not a great hand. It's okay. Again, you got to practice. You can't draw hands until you practice them. Really got to practice. You can even see some of these caricaturists, they didn't draw hands. I made this rounder. This is kind of like a cylinder shape. So if you're not drawing cylinders, that is going to show here. It's going to show here. It will show. It will show. Let's get that shape in there. Bam. That shoulder back, and that back like that. And this could be like folds. That arm. I could put some folds in here as well. Oh, no, not seeing the folds. These are coil folds in clothing. Let's shade all this. This is all shaded. All right, I really like his face. I really do. And I like that. I mean, I would draw it differently, but like I really like that shape. I really like that shape. He's got a very distinct nose. So I'm gonna let's see, let's do this. Let's zoom in a little bit at least. Shocking Spock. So it's funny, there was that child development person named Dr. Spock as well. All right, I like this cheekbone. And I like this shape that really just comes out. I mean, it's almost like diamond shape. The shape of this whole head. I mean, he's very logical, this is very appropriate. And he's got that long face. He's got that really long face. So this really kind of is a good cartoon caricature of a Spock. Spock. Let's see if I can not just put a line, but really try to make them into like eyelashes, kind of a little bit thicker. thick to thin. They're thin to thick from in going out a little bit like that. And then the nose. My nose. I don't like it so much with the marker now for some reason. Let me put another like a shadow line, I guess. Let's see. Thicker, thick to thin. A little bit of a taper. That's good. A little bit of a taper. There we go, like that. Kind of rounding it out. Rounding it out. There we go. Let's get those lips, little thin lips. And let's see. There we go. That's pretty good. And get the top of his head. That rounded shape. And then here, he's got a really shiny, it's really shiny. It's really shiny. So how do we show that? I know, okay. I'm gonna have it kind of like go through here, kind of parallel with that part. So see that line there? Now I'm just gonna kind of just pass it just a little bit because it is uneven. It would go like that, and then this side bottom part is flat. So I got that, and then to make it look like it's shiny, I just skip that little piece and then just go over it like that. It's a highlight, but it goes parallel with that bottom line. The bottom line there, and then I'm gonna just go all the way. I can probably leave a little bit of a gap right there. That's like reflected light. See that little bit of a gap right there, that little gap of that line. That's reflected light. It gives it more of a sense of roundedness. Connect it a little bit, and maybe even the top, like there's light at the top, making this hair really shiny. And there he is. I think that's a really good cartoon of Spock. All right, Demi, thanks for joining us. Here we go. You got to see Spock here. Spocking. Ooh. And the spaceship was interesting. The spaceship is like a cylinder, like this little cylinder shape. And then it's got these oh wow, it's got like a little bit of a donut shape up on top, and it's got like two little tractor beams, little things that go, and I don't know how they connect. I can't remember. Something like that, I guess. To boldly go where no man has gone before, or no one has gone before. I don't know why this. They always mankind, one small step for man, mankind. I don't know, for humans, the humankind.
Thank you, humankind, for both of them.
I know that's. There we go. There we go. All right. Live long and prosper. I think that was a good one. All right. Let's do another one. Share my screen. Any questions, comments? I really want this to be like a, I would like to eventually, I don't know, to be really a mastermind class where you bring your drawings, we work on stuff together. See how you handle these. I mean, you really see these cheeks. I can actually even see a square in here. Try to see these square shapes, or these glasses could be turned into squares. It's not, they don't have to be round. Just to play with it. And it's just playing. That is such a character. I would definitely do his eyes a little deeper. But that's just me. I think we're gonna go with that one. And Snoop, and then call it a night. I'm just gonna call it a night. We'll just do 2 drawings tonight. All right, I think so. It's out already an hour into this, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Unless you have requests or questions, I don't know. I got a little bit of jet lag still, but we shall see. All right, let's do this one. really, I don't know. I think maybe even just copy this face. Notice the big eyes that they have on this one. All right, let's do this. All right, let's screenshot it. I don't know who the artist is. We'll give them props. And we also would like to give them credit. Yeah, there we go. I'll put both. Robert De Jesus, there's the name. Robert De Jesus, good job. Robert De Jesus. I one time had a Jesus, his last name De la Cruz, Jesus de la Cruz, which Jesus of the cross. All right, let's do this. Okay, so this shape is definitely a shield shape. It's a shield shape, and there's the whole cartoon caricature there. Let me see. Sorry, just saw your chat, Mr. Gonzalez. Unfortunately, I don't have time to chat with you. Wish you well. Okay. All righty. Josh, please don't. I don't know. Please don't do direct messages. All right. Thank you. Everything should be in this chat. If there's anybody bothering anybody, I will drop you from the class, and we can't have that.
Yes, it bothered me.
All right. Okay, here we go. So this is kind of like a shield shape. There's a lot of stuff that this artist is kind of doing here. Overall, the shape is a circle shape. I mean, it's inside the circle, kind of all the hair and everything is kind of like in there. So if you want to kind of like just put it in there, that's that circle shape. I get that. Here, I'm gonna do kind of like what I did earlier. I'm really getting that feel of that.
Sorry, Mr.
That's okay.
Sorry about that.
All right. Yeah, it's just all being respectful and stuff. And that's all. I know we've had things. All right, let's see. There we go. Let's do this. We're here just to have fun. All right, so here's this jaw. So you can see the circle. You can see the relationship of where this this whole face or this jaw face, and this is kind of like that mask, and it coming down to this point on that chin. And, here, so I'm bringing this down, curving it out, and then bringing it up to like that. There is this cheekbone here. There's this cheekbone. So what it reminds me, well, almost like this one. It also reminds me, did we draw something like that tonight? Oh yeah, here this as well. I mean, there's a lot of rhyme. You know, there's patterns. You'll see them. The more you do it, the more you see these patterns, and the more you better your accuracy will get too. Like the angle of this line out that way, the angle of this line that way.
Eladia, could I quickly screenshot your Spock hand? I erased mine about 5 times and still it looks like it's been mangled.
Yeah, you know, I don't think I did that well on explaining it, but I'll zoom in on it. Let me see. Nice Spock
Got
hand.
it. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Awesome. That's why I love this live stuff, and I can help you almost personally. All right, here we go. Let's do this. So let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. So I'm getting this shape. I really see, I mean, the height and the width in here with this it is abstract, but it's almost a one-to-one. It is a one-to-one in this space. The same height, same width right in there. And there's my circle. And seeing these relationships does take some time to actually get it to this abstract. But when you're doing that, let's see, I don't know, here you can see that circle in there, same height, same width. This is also a little bit abstract. Let me try to find one that's simpler. Yeah, so this is definitely intermediate to advanced drawing, because it just gets more abstract. But when it's simple shapes, you know, like here, like the head, the circle, yeah, there you can see that that's a little bit more. These are drawings that we've done in the past. We really haven't been doing simple drawings, and we might get away from them as I get my videos together, but it's all good. All right, let's see. Let's continue here. The point is the height to the width. That's what I'm trying to point out. Get this angle in there. And then we've got the cheek, the nose. This is a 3/4 view, this 3/4 view. So this is kind of like the center of that. And here goes the forehead. Let's see, forehead. I can see that eye right in there, this big eye. Really makes it pretty big. I would say about there. And then this one right about there. And yeah, he's got them lined up. He's got them lined up. I do see the relationship of both eyes. Right in there, right in there. It's kind of like in that space. And he's got that eyebrow. And then got some space for the forehead. And I am actually even to go bigger with my circle. So I've got the shape of the shield, so to say. And here's the ear right in here. And like this oval shape. I kind of get that oval shape feel, but it's not an oval. It isn't an oval, but that's the shape, the kind of almost like the filler shape. I don't know what the filler shape or the really general shape that it's at. I'll do the I'll break it into more geometry in a second, but this is the feel of it. The lips are going to kind of like be in here as well. I can kind of see it. The lips being in that space, the nose being right about there, right about there. And I'm looking at the spacing. Might have to bring it down the mouth a little bit right in here as I'm looking back and forth and how it fits. I think that's pretty good. And then let's get the rest of the hair, because the rest of the hair actually comes out now. Comes out to here. So we've got a lot of wild hair, really nice hair. Really like the way Robert did this hair. Roberto de Jesus. Robert of Jesus. Roberto. Oh man, the museum's amazing. Oh, they were so moving. They had actually the African American Museum had a thing on future Afrofuture. I think it was called something like that, and it was really cool because they had Geordie LaForge, and they had other stuff about space and at the end they had the Black Panther. They had the Black Panther, and they had, I don't know, they had some kind of South African accent, but there was quite a few people around the costume of the Black Panther. And then they were like, oh, there was a big buzz. And I think there was one of them was a big fan of the Black Panther movies, and that he hadn't seen the costume yet. And they brought him in, well, kind of blindfolded while they were covering his eyes. And he was already taking a selfie of himself, trying to get a reaction shot of himself. And somebody goes, oh, look, he's trying to get a reaction shot of himself. No, give me the camera. I'll do it for you. So they grabbed the camera, and then they uncovered his eyes, and he was, ah, and he got down on his knee and he puts his arms in a cross and he goes, ah, Wakanda forever. And he was like, it was such a moving moment. It was it was really moving. Yeah, that part of the museum. All right. We've got a long neck. Jumping from topic to topic. I kind of put the hair and the shapes of the hair. There's a lot of detail, but I'm kind of just, you can see this is my circle shape now. This is a bigger circle now. This bigger circle shape. You know, I started off with a small circle and kind of, I think I made my shield too big. But it just helped me get started. But now I can still see this circle and how it relates and how it all fits in there. You see, this is the general shape of that. And I'm still kind of double checking, seeing where everything's at. And it still looks good. It looks good. I think I really get a good feel for this drawing of where it's all going to kind of go, all the detail and stuff. And I can actually start breaking stuff down. Like here's this almost like this rectangle. shape. Now this person actually probably drew ribbons, has drawn ribbons before. This is a drawing ribbons is a good exercise. That's going to be one of our exercises, drawing ribbons in our course when we put it together. And there's out there. If you actually do a search for it, I might even just do that, find one, and then say just the way they're doing it. How they draw ribbons. All right, let's get that neck in here. Let's get that neck because it's a long neck. Like a giraffe. Long neck, giraffe. Notice where it starts. Notice the angle. Notice even the ratio. Notice the ratio, even the square. Where would that square be? Kind of longer than a square. Goes out one angle and then changes, shifts angles right about there. Right there, and then here it shifts angles with the shoulder. Those angles. All right, that's pretty much it blocked in. Let's get that other shoulder. She's got a little strap right there. Strap on this side. And I don't know what goes on under. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think we'll start with the eye. The eye is complex, and if we can get the eyes, I think everything else will just fall into place. So let's get these eyes. Let's get these eyes. These eyes. These eyes. All right, here we go. How are these eyes going to be in there? All right. So it is a circle shape. It is a circle shape underneath that structure. And what this artist has done, he's got this oval shape for the that oval shape. Notice the angle of that oval shape, that of the pupil. So there's that oval shape and how big it is in comparison to everything else. I'm going to flatten the bottom. The bottom is a little flatter. So, and then the thickness of line as well, the thickness of line. And all they did, they didn't, yeah, they just have the inside, which is the pupil, the student pupil. There we go. But notice that angle, almost looking up. Well, I think she is looking up in the other picture. Now there's two angles here for this eyelash. We've got this angle here, this angle going at one angle, and then it kind of drops down here at another angle. Right there. See those two angles? There's this angle here and this angle there. Again, detail goes last, like the little lashes and stuff. You want to try to see the, and I've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks, being able to focus in and out, being able to focus on big shapes, middle-sized shapes, and detail, and then being able to go back and forth on that. And that's a skill in itself. That is a skill in itself. So we're gonna flatten out that bottom part. This bottom eye flattens out a little bit there, and then this part of that eye is still there, and then this part of that eye, and then there's I'm going to thicken up that eyelash, and then put that little lashes on there too. So let's thicken it up, and I'm going to change the angle a little bit as well. I think it was a little, I'm going to make it a little, bring this up a little bit more and thicken it up. And this is where you can, as when things are thicker, you can adjust them. Notice how I adjusted that. I adjusted that eyelash right in there. I did that eyelash. Don't be afraid to do adjustments and always looking at, okay, how can I make it better? How can I improve upon it? And that's how you'll just improve upon it as you're working on it. Make those little adjustments. That's pretty much the shape of it. And then we've got the little detail. There's three like little lashes. 1, 2, and 3 right in there, kind of like that. All right, there's the eye. There's the eye. Let's get that eyebrow. The eyebrow. There's this angle here. Almost straight. I mean, there's little curves, but it really breaks down to these two angles. There's that angle and then this angle there. And there's like these little curves, but you want to see these two angles. and these two shapes. It does push down a little bit here. It does taper. It goes from thick to thinner as it goes from right to left, or it goes thin to thick as it goes from left to right. It starts off thin and then it goes thick. But then here, there's a little bit of a push, a little bit of a squeeze, like right in there. All right, a little bit of, just a little bit of tapers, a little bit of flow line. So there's almost two things going on here, two things. See, there's those two things. See how I made it? Just a little bit of a curve to it. But going from thin to thicker as it goes out and trying to capture that shape. It is a complex shape, but it's just two shapes. And then there's a third thing going on there with the little push. All right. Oh, somebody's playing. Somebody's playing. All right, where is these eyes? Security, somebody got security. There we go. Oh, sorry, it's okay. Let's see if I can clear it. I always forget to turn it off. I think that there's a place where I need to. That wasn't, I know we've had bombers do it. And that's good. You know, you're experimenting, you're trying different things. Even
I
the
didn't know what
bombers.
it was. I just,
Yeah.
I,
Like, hey, I have control. Yeah, that's all
I'm
good.
trying to figure out how I can erase it.
I got it. I got it. Let me see.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
It's all good. That's fun. Oh man, these tools are amazing. And there's something called Miro. I used to use Miro, and I'm thinking of bringing it into this class where we can actually work together. I really want us to work together, but I don't know. I'm just, I think I've got too many things on it. I'm trying to do too many things. So I need to probably maybe scale it back a little bit. We'll see. So that's why we're just going to go for another half hour here. And then, yeah, 2 hours is good. 2 hours is good. All right. I'm sorry.
I'll talk to you afterwards.
Oh, okay. All right, so here we go. We got that eye here. Let's get this nose. This nose is a little bit of a curve there. It does go to a point, and that have that angle, and I like that. That's where it's at. Let's zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about, what I'm doing. See, it's got that little bit of a bow, and then that down that angle. Then there's a little bit of a nostril, and that nostril shape. Oh my gosh, it's really small, but this is what's happening. It's like this shape here, and it's really it goes into this shape like that kind of like seed shape. I mean, I've seen this nostril shape many times. I've drawn it, but it's really small. That's what's happening here. That's what's happening there. So let me see. Draw it there. I don't know, it's like a seed shape. I think I maybe made it a little bigger, exaggerating. And then you've got the outside of the nostril. And I think I'm exaggerating again. Oh yeah, I'm doing it too big. My nose is bigger. I'm looking back and forth. Yeah, I made my nose bigger in here. That's all good. We'll just go with it. I do like those lips. Yeah, I did make my nose bigger. It's all good. Nobody will know. Shh. Hopefully your nose is better. So there's my top lip. And then here's the, yeah, the placement's off for that nose. Here's the mouth, the bottom lip, and round it. There we go. And I'm going to shade it. Yeah, it is shaded in the drawing as well. And usually the top lip is a little bit more shaded because it's the lights, it's in shadow a bit. All right, let's get that eye. Let's get that eye and try to get it to match. My nose is off, but that's okay. We're gonna just accept that. And that's okay. I can go in there and fix it, make it smaller, erase it. That's what I would probably do. I would probably, yeah, I would make it a little bit smaller. It's the nostril that I got a little bit carried away with. All right, so let's see. We've got this here. we got the shape of that, the oval of the pupil going in that direction. There's that oval. This pupil, I think, is what's really key to get right. Then you've got the eyelash over it, the eyelash line. There it is, that eyelash line. Let's put that eye. There we go, in again. And then the pupil. There's the pupil. There it is. There's that eye. Not too bad. Let's get this rounded part like that, that eye. That looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. You can also send me a personal direct message as well. All right, here we go. All right, that's it. I like that eye. These eyes do match up. I'm happy with that eye. The forehead goes underneath. It's actually this forehead line. You barely see it. Actually, it is there, but it's going under this hair that's kind of like going at this this curve here, this rectangle shape. Now this is where we really jump into this all this detail of this hair. This hair is amazing. This artist. So let me see. Let's finish this up, get the ear going, and then we'll get the hair in there. There's really nice thick and thin lines, So it's going from here. It's thin, then it thickens up as it comes down to the chin. The line thickens up. So this the quality of the line is really nice as it's thicker down here. This line, the quality of this artist line. And I'm not totally even doing it justice. You really have to look at it and see what's going on with his thickness and thinness of lines. It goes thick here, and then thins it out. See that thickness? Thins it out as it comes down. Shoulder. Oops. Zoom out. There we go. Let's come along. Come along. Going to see it, and it's the same process. We praise the process. If you're getting it, great. If you're not, it's about the process. How do we do this? Seeing the big shapes, then the details, putting everything in. It's like a puzzle. Here we got, speaking of puzzle pieces, we've got one big hair piece right in here like this, and then two more down here, three. There's like these three little ovals. See right in there. See now, see I'm breaking down this big shape into smaller shapes. Those shapes right there. See, it doesn't look so daunting when you can see the big shape, like this big shape, and then the smaller shapes in there. These smaller shapes, right? And how they kind of go, each one a little bit bigger, and how it fits right in there. Notice that. And we've got another one. Probably bring this down right in there. And we've got another bump right in here. And another one up in here. Kind of like that. Yeah, this is the mass, and then you've got this like these little hairs, which is even more detail, kind of like going over this whole thing. Oops, bring that down. Yeah, because this is the mass of it. Then he's got this like hair that's straggling all over it, and this is kind of like a ribbon. This is rectangle shape and kind of comes out, goes in, comes to a nice little curve. Right here, just like that. And really thick to thin, and you can see if you look at the actual this person's hair, wow, you really nicely stylized it, simplified it to bigger clumps, more interesting shapes instead of the hairy mess that that the hair is. Really nicely simplified it. There's that one chunk into one chunk and two chunks. Here's another chunk right underneath as it comes in. Oh, another surprise in Washington was Alexandria, nice little town. That was really a nice little visit. Went to Old Town, Old Town Alexandria.
Did you tour the White House?
No, did not tour the White House. They had it closed up. The Korean, South Korean leader was there. It was a funny thing when went to the Asian Museum, American Asian Museum. They had actually, wow, we went through this whole maze and we ended up where they had some delegates from South Korea there. It was surprising. We were like, oh, what did we walk into? They had, it was really interesting. It was like, oh man, thought they were going to do a, we got past security or something, it felt. All right, there's the hair kind of blocked in. I want to get these, okay, so you can, that's what I'm talking about, seeing it in parts. See, I can see the big parts. These are the middle-sized parts, and then the detail of this hair, the way this artist did it. He's got one strand going over here. I'm going to bring it up a little bit, and it's kind of like this C shape, one strand there. He's got another strand that kind of flows really nicely, just like in the picture, flows down, comes in, and then comes down, and then loops right in there, and it's doing that right in there like that. It's a little loop line. And again, yes, if you haven't drawn ribbons, this is a good ribbon hair exercise. Like this. Well, let's get that ear in there. Yeah, let's get that ear in there. We've forgotten about the ear. Let's go back in, because that's definitely a little more specific. And it's almost like this angle here, another angle there, but it is rounded, and this other angle here. See if you can see it like this, these angles there, and then just slightly round them out. Let's see, it's not even much of a rounded shape. You've got that hair there, hair there. Then the inside of the ear, you've got this, that, and the tragus, right, a little bit of a tragus. And a little bit of shading inside, and they just really quickly just did some shading, and that's it. There's still some yeah, well, that's the detail for the ear, but there's yeah, there's still some little hair lines going around through this whole thing, but he's got the mass. Now I'm just doing these hairlines here. There's another hairline that's right in here. See, that sticks out because he's got the mass, and then he's got these little hairlines, which kind of makes it frizzle out. Here's some hair right in here, and it's almost like a square, a rectangle block right in there. I'll probably say right in there, like that little rectangle, and it goes from thin to thick, and thick, like that. And then this one crosses over like that. And yeah, definitely this person knows how to draw ribbons. He's done the ribbon exercise. Because I mean, that's all this is right here. This is just like a little ribbon as it comes up and around. And oh man, I haven't even talked about how the inside part, how he uses these lines to give it form, and the shading of this massive hair. But all this detail is just on top of all that. I think one more, yeah, there's one more on this side. One more on that side, or two more. There's a little one right here. Little strand that's stranded, and then you got this one, this main one. This main one just kind of comes up and up, and then behind, it's actually goes behind this big piece, goes behind, and then it comes up again and around like that. See, it tapers, like it flows behind this mass right in there, and that really gives it that flow. It gives it that, you know, mass, and then you've got the little hairs around it, really making it, giving it that feel of the original picture that they're using. Very nice, very nice. And then the shading and other more detail I'm missing. quick shading. I would probably use a different pencil. Yeah, I would use a different pencil, a different lead. I would need a, oh, even this broken. This one will work. This is a graffito 8B, and it's mostly lead. See, this is all this is just lead, and I would probably use that to, yeah, once I work it down, to kind of shade and get the feel of this hair. And there's actually some more lines and stuff in here. There's that line there, where the shading is. There's that. Right in here, there's one too. Actually, it's got the forehead. It's got this forehead. Let me turn my paper. Sometimes you have to turn your paper so I can get this line in here. There's that line. This is a really nice, it's an 8B. It's really dark. But he's got this, he's got this little rounded shape of shade for contrast. Makes this pop because under here it's dark. Right there, that loop. And he's just really quickly just, yeah, see this one, this pencil's better for shading. This is mostly lead. Let's see, I can shade all this really quickly. Yeah, there's some nice thick lines. Yeah, once you get a feel for your materials, it's like, oh yeah, this is the one. Yeah, and this is where you really need to this is a nice one. This is it's called yeah, a graphite. It's all graphite. It's like a graphite stick and it has like plastic, but it broke. I broke it. All right, down here it goes into shading. I didn't shade the hair right in here. Let me see if I can get that. Yeah, you see how really nice shading with this pencil. It's actually just a piece of graphite almost. Let's see, I'm losing some of this form. Gotta bring some of that back. Some lines in there, a little bit of shading in there. All right, it's got a little bit of shading on the neck as well. Slight, see, just really quick cross hatching. You'll make it look easy, but this right here takes practice. That notice how you do, and at first you have to go slow. It's okay to go slow. Go slow, practice your hatching. And then, you know, little by little, you pick it up. I mean, like here, his is all scribbles. His hatching looks a lot better than mine. And I can hatch it. See, like, let's see, right in there. Now that looks better. That looks cleaner. That shading, yeah, it's a lot cleaner. There we go. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. I think it should be a little bit wider. All right, you're welcome. We're gonna do one last drawing. I don't know which one.
Hello.
All right.
Claudia.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know if you know, but when I look at the Zoom, the big picture that I'm seeing is the model, and your drawing is a little caption.
Oh.
So you pinned yourself or somehow, okay, there. Yes. So
all right. There you go. I was still sharing my that's okay. You can put it in the chat. Yeah, but oh well, that happens sometimes.
If I just touch the little picture, it comes up to be the big picture.
Yeah, you have more control. But when I'm recording, this is how way it records, and I don't. People will have to see this little picture in the corner. But yeah, you do have some controls. You do have some controls. Yeah, it is learning. Again, that's all learning. It's all learning. And then they change it on you. But there we go. All right, now I have to share my screen again. All right, so yeah, everybody has a little workaround, but yeah. Okay, so here we go. Let's we're back over. Let's see which one we're gonna do for our last drawing tonight. Our last drawing. That one's nice. I like that one. Oh, Snoop. Guess we'll end it with Snoop. I guess we have to. All right. Yeah, see, he's got form and stuff, and you got to see reflected light in here. He's got some nice reflected light. This artist, yeah, really, really neat. All right, so let's do Snoop. Here we go. Let's save, copy image address. Although that's pretty big. Paste it there. Oh, that's really big. Maybe it go smaller now. Snoop Dogg. All right, let's actually, I'm going to break this one down. Let's break this one down a little bit as far as shapes and stuff. These angles here, this angle here, this angle here, the jaw. You can actually even see this. I can see it. You see, I can see it from two different ways. And this kind of reminds me of now of something I kind of was looking at, thinking of. And a funny thing, when they talked about the Washington Monument at the base is, the base, the monument is 10 times, like I said. It was interesting when they were talking about it. The width from the base all the way up to the Washington Monument is 10 times, right? And I'm not doing it justice here, but if you get the width here and then you use that, it is 10 times as high as the base. But sometimes if you're looking at this here, you got to know what where your width is. You're going to have a lot more. So the point is knowing where your general shapes are. Because if you're like looking here and seeing, okay, well, here's the width. He says, what's the width? What's the ratio of this? You got to wondering, where are you measuring it from? Because it's not a perfect square, and this is not a perfect square, right? So there's a lot of things going on. And it might not be making sense, but it is looking at those ratios, and it's seeing these big shapes first, these kind of like these big shapes. Even from here to here, see this angle from there to there. The eyes, the angle of the eyes. Notice that there's an angle of these eyes kind of coming down this way. Even the nose has a slight angle to it, right? Even the lips a little bit, but the cheeks do too. Notice that the cheeks are at this angle. The eyebrows are at this angle, right? Yeah, those are things to notice. And that ear in there, and that general shape, that shape, and the jaw. All right, I think that's good. The hands, two parts, the palms and the fingers. Got a lot of things going on there. All right, let's do Snoop. Oh, actually, let's let me chat. Here we go. All right, so we're doing caricatures all month. I'll take a look at those books, and we'll have some resources for everybody next week. There's that one. I'm gonna do it again. Stop sharing, but this time I will do it without the lines. Again in the chat. All right. Oops. That's all good. Use that one. I think cut his head off a little bit, but it's all good. All right. Let's do this. Last drawing for the night. It's past 6:50, but this will be good. This will be our last drawing tonight. All right. So let's see. Got this 3H. 3H is too light. And my blade's not here. All right, let's grab. This pencil probably be good. Do me good. Nope. Don't like you. This one, here we go. HB. We got an HB. HB in the house. All right, so I'm gonna just kind of block it in. It is kind of like this egg shape. I do have this kind of like egg shape. I'm just trying to see the mass of it. See, I can actually start off with this kind of like circle, and it does kind of go up. See, I'm starting off with a circle, and then it's going up that kind of like pointy head a little bit to the left, so I can get this egg shape right in here. Now I can kind of like put those angles in here. There's that angle here from that cheek down to the chin, and then here coming back, and then here to the other cheek, in this space. And then the nose is going to be right in here, right in the middle. And it is all at these angles right in here that we had all these angles kind of going that way. But I'm looking at these big angles here, this angle down here, and then there. What's important is this circle, our base. Notice this circle, notice this egg shape of that head on top, and then these angles here, these angles here. All right, the nose is going to be there. The mouth is all in this area in here. There's a mouth, and then he's got his little wings, his little braids coming out from here to there. The ear is going to be right about there. One eye right about there. Another eye right about there. His nose all in here at that angle, I'm just, I mean, and it looks like a card. I mean, it looks like a snowman, or I don't know what it is, but I'm really seeing the size and the relationship and how it all fits. And he's got these cheeks. He's got one cheek up here, another cheek here, and it really pushes back. Really pushes back in that forehead. All right. All right, let's do this. All right, so I'm going to start off with the eyes. I'm going to start off with the eyes. I'm pretty, I like where they're, I kind of like where it's at. So let's just zoom in. But before, actually, let me break this down to middle shapes. I've got this jaw shape in here. And then the lips right here. And then this kind of cuts in and it cuts out with a chin. The chin is in there. Yeah, it does go in. See, this is the outside shape. And this is the inside shape, that shape right in here. And they're there. Yeah, there's like gap in here. If you're looking at the screenshot that I posted, there's this empty space inside. All right, let's do this. Let's zoom in. Oh, there we go. See, once I get it going, I'll be able to press a button on my keyboard and zoom in. But we don't have that technology set up. It's all good. All right, so there's going to be one eye right in here. And I'm drawing it kind of like a circle. And right in there. And then you've got his brow, like goes above it right in there. The nose is kind of be right in here. And then his other eye, it's a little bit higher up over here on this side. Big. All right, how does that look? All right, let's zoom in. There we go. All right. Funny, last time we actually drew Snoop Dogg, the next day he was on something on TV. Like, hey, there he is. We just drew him. It was so appropriate. All right, so he's got this little bit of a brow here, a little bit of a brow. This whole shape right here. See, if you're drawing faces, you're familiar with this brow shape, and then this eye shape here, this eye shape. He's really just really pushed these shapes. That's eyelid, and then this is the eye lash, because he's barely his eyes are barely open, but this whole half a circle right in there. And then you're probably catching just a little bit of a pupil right in here, slight bit of a pupil right in there. And no name. There's no name as far as who did this. Can we zoom it in some more? Let's zoom in some more. Yeah. So here we go. So here's that shape. There's that shape. And then right in here, cut that in a little bit right in there. That's it. See, it's just getting the top part of that circle. Then here's the cheek. Comes out quite a bit. Comes in. See, I'm getting seeing this relationship now. As I construct this, I'm actually coming from right in here. See that circle shape at the bottom cut off? It's just really almost like a letter D, because that's what's happening here. So letter D, flat on the side, flat on the bottom. little rainbow shape, and then the eyebrow, the cheek comes out to there. The nose is like right in here, right under this eye, right in there. And I'm doing it lightly. I'm doing it light. I'm doing it light. See, I'm doing it light until I get it right. So there's the nose is going to be right about there. This is going to be the center part right about there. I'm looking back and forth. This nostril, he's got a big nostril right here. Big old nostril. And then it comes in and around that nostril. So you notice that whole space right in here for that, where that nose is going to be. Where that nose is going to be. And still there's a slight angle. There's a slight angle on all this stuff. So in here it's lower, up here it's higher. It's lower. The other nostril on this other side. It comes into a point. Right here, this goes into a point. The film or the little part in the middle. This lip goes up. The way it's constructed, I can see it going up. It fits in here. Like that. Let's bring that up. That's the top lip. This lip here. Yeah, this is intermediate. This is definitely intermediate to advanced. But if you're taking it on, that's awesome. You're taking it on. Try to break it down as much as I can. But some of these shapes are just really complex, really complex. You have this like rounded shape here and this other rounded shape. It's like a bean shape. This is like a bean shape right here. This bottom lip has like two rounded little circles here. And it's hard for me because there's so much detail. It's hard for me to describe everything. It's rounded. You can see this rounded shape here and this rounded shape of that lip. There it goes. And then here. I'm happy with everything so far. A little bit of roundedness. See that chin. I'm seeing that shape of that chin and how it fits. He's got that mustache. Comes up in here above that lip. It's gonna be that mustache about that thick. I'm just blocking it in. It's good. Kind of go in there. Kind of go in there. His jaw. Then it goes in. His jaw goes in. Then goes out. He's got these big cheekbones. I had this line here, but this line is just that filler. And then it's inside here. So it's inside. Then it goes from this corner to that corner. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Not sure what you could see. All right. That's looking good. That other eye, we're going to have to nail that other eye. Try to get that other eye. The ear, I'm going to bring it up a little bit, and it's going to be right about there. And then come down here. See, I cut this a little bit, cut that ear off a little bit. And you've got that there. All right, let's get that other eye. Let's see if we can nail that eye. All right, see you Thursday. All right, Josh, we'll see you Thursday. Okay, so here we go. This other eye is, see the space? It's opened up a little bit more. It's more of an oval, more of a, yeah, a little bit more of an oval shape. There we go. So I'm opening it up even more to get this shape here for the top. And I can see it, how it relates to this one. There's that shape. I opened it up more. And then I'm going to put that eyelash in here, that eyelash. I wish we could give props to this artist. Whoever did this is a great job. Knows muscles, knows the bones. What a detail. So we've got these little caps, that for the eyelids. These are the eyelids. The eyelashes are a little bit thicker. See, the eyelash is a little bit thicker. You can't really even see the pupils. They're in there somewhere. They're in there somewhere. So you've got this like it looks like a hamburger bun. Hamburger bun, that's what it is. Then you've got the eye You've got an eye baggage, a little bag on this side, a little bag on that side. There it is. There it is. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. This is good. Notice how I made it wider. I did make it wider, made it to fit. There, I start off with my circle and I say, oh, okay, boom. That was just the base, getting my angle, getting it how it all fits. Going up here, you got this bridge of the nose. Or here. Hey, and forget about the shading. We got a lot of shading to do here. I think this is a good HB pencil. All right, so here's my the forehead coming up. Probably even bring it up a little bit more. Bring it up a little bit more. See, that's him without hair. That's him without hair. I can see it without hair, and then he's got hair on top of this. A little bit of hair on top as it comes around. He's looking like the Rock. I'm gonna have to add. Yeah, he is looking like the Rock. Actually, I got the Rock. What is the Rock cooking? Where is he at? I got the feel of the Rock. But you'll see these things. You'll see, you know, these patterns. These are rhyme within the faces. I mean, you see, see the jaw, the cheekbones. But then now you've got it here, just slightly different, right? It's still the jaws, the cheekbone, all the parts, but just slightly different. Just slightly different. All right, so from here, I'm seeing that it's going from, it's tapering. I can see this shape here. See, this tapers almost, it's almost like a comma. If you can see this comma shape, see it? I can see this shape here. I'm exaggerating, but you can see it looks like a water drop. It goes thin to thick, right? And then you've got an eyebrow on top of that. You've got an eyebrow on top of that. So there's eyebrow is on top of this. And it's also thick to thin here. It comes down to a point. There's an eyebrow. Somewhere in there like that. That's good enough. All right. I gotta thin him out. Thin him out a little bit. I feel like, yeah, that's it. Thin him out a little bit. Let's get that hair. I'm gonna go from the top down. I'm pretty sure I feel like I got it nailed pretty good as far as where things go. I can really quickly get that neck in here, and it's, see, I can make it straight. There is curve. It does curve, but I'm just getting the placement of it because it does curve. It does push in and out. But I just really want to see the placement of it. Get the placement of everything. The hands, see, I can say, okay, there's a hand. It's going to be right in here, the hands, and it fits with an oval. Let's see this other hand over here. It fits with an oval. See, that's the big shape I see. Then we start breaking that down. Here's the palm, and then there's the fingers. See, you got to learn how to go back and forth. What's the big shape, middle size shape, then the details, going into the details, and then even more detail. And then, you know, just like focusing in, focusing. Here's the palm, here's the fingers. You know, just breaking it down, but you start here, start breaking it down in smaller pieces, smaller pieces, smaller pieces, smaller pieces, breaking it down, break it down, break it down. Things like that. Break it down. That's the process I use. That's the process. That's the steps. There's the shoulder, right in there. See how it all fits, all scribbled in, just a sketch. And then you work on the sketch like clay. When have you seen me erase? I haven't erased all night. See, eraser's still in its package. It's
I think
okay.
I found the artist.
Huh?
I think I found the artist.
Awesome.
Bjorn Kunstler.
Ah, Aaron Kunstler, thank you so much. And as I look, I feel like I think I exaggerated here. I think I need to squeeze this a little bit and pull this head up a little bit as I'm looking back and forth. I might push this jaw in a little bit. That's okay. We're getting the gist. We're getting the gist. Here we go. If I had it side by side, it would help a lot more. But I don't. So one day. I used to print them out. I used to print out my drawings when we first started, but then my printer died. And I never got it fixed. And it's a Costco printer too, so I should be able to just take it in. But time has just passed. Time's going by so fast. All right, yeah, I got it during COVID, when COVID first started. All right, I think I need to. I'm gonna continue up here. So, like I said, I'm gonna go from the top to the bottom, and there's some adjustments I need to make. I do need to make some adjustments. Again, let me zoom out again so you can see where I'm at. I am going to make some adjustments as I go down. I know I need to squeeze him up a little bit, squeeze it in a little bit more. Yeah, I'll squeeze it in a little bit more, see what I can do. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm happy with the eyes, happy with that. Let's get this hair in here. I'm happy with his ear. See, now I can, the way it loops in there, so that loops. Let's get a little bit of this line right in here. This one right here, this is, what is that? That's kind of like the, yeah, that part, you know, that part. I know it I know it visually, but not verbally. And then the way this forehead, this guy, this artist is amazing. I mean, he's got all these little parts, all these little things. See, all these little things as it goes in, goes out. I mean, I've seen this, I would say hundreds of times because I've drawn hundreds of faces, but it's all these little ins and outs right where they go. And if you don't know, it's just, it might just look like it's going in and out, but it goes at specific places. Get this little fro in here. And then I'm just going to shade it in. Yeah, just shade it all in. I'm happy with that. See how it zigzags back and forth? That's like the temple right in there. That's the temple. All right. Let's get that top of that head in there. All right. I like that. And it's airbrushed. It looks like it's airbrushed. Looks like there's airbrushing going on in here. Okay. I'm happy with that hair. I'll get that. I'm happy with here. Probably a lot more shading and stuff. I'm not going to get into the shading of it. But I would probably work this pencil down before I mean, I can probably put a quick shade over the whole thing, just a really light shade to start working my pencil down. And then once it's getting a nice edge to it, let's start pushing some more areas where I can start shading. And I've got I'm holding it down like this. I'm not holding it up like this. I'm holding it down I'm almost gripping it like that. So yeah, that's what's happening there. That's what's happening right now. Hey, is your tomorrow right now? Come on, it's everything. All right, so I like the way this nose is. There's a little bit of a pinch, a little bit more than what I have. I'm gonna pinch it and bring it back. There we go, just like that. A little bit of a pinch. And it comes down. And the thickness of this line, I mean, this artist is amazing. The thickness of the line just does it. I'm sure he did this really quick too. And you just got this, the nostril, and then all this inside is dark. And the top part is nice and sharp, and then the bottom part is kind of fades out. Fades out. Fades out. Softer edge. You have a hard edge and then a soft edge. And then the nose, it goes in there. This thick line too, this thick line of that nose coming back right in there. And up. Shade it. Once I have a shade like this, you see how that whole shade, it's easier to shade on top. I can shade on top and get some of these shades. And this is a whole other lesson. It's getting some reflected light in here. Some really nice stuff going. That eyebrow, haven't done that eyebrow yet. It's got reflected light, which means like he goes, see, notice I'm putting this core shadow in. and then bring it in, but that now I have reflected light right there, like in his drawing. That's all just detail. Don't let the detail get you caught up when you're learning. You want to try to get the big shapes first. Nah, detail will come eventually. Detail makes it look nice. It's the icing on the cake, but you want to see these big shapes first, because you can get caught up in detail. We can be here all night just doing detail, and that's a good thing. You can get lost in it. You can get into the flow of just looking at the detail and you know, strolling along, smelling the flowers. But see, I'm starting to shade it, looking at the details, and shade it in areas here. A little bit darker as it comes around here, darker as it comes around here, the nose. There's a little bit of a reflected light, a little bit of a bouncing light. That's why I don't take the shading all the way to the edge. Gives it a nice rounded feel. Let's get this nostril in here. Again, the top is nice and sharp, and the bottom fades out. The bottom fades out. It's a hard edge. There's that other part of that nostril. There we go. Let's get that cheek. I think you pushed it out a little too much. All right, I think once I get the let's push that back. This mustache in here, it'll look more like him. Because right now I'm not getting the total feel of the Snoop dog, Snoopy. All right, let me see. I'm not feeling it. That's okay. Sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't, and that's okay. Gotta know where you're at, accept it, and then practice, and then say, okay, I don't like feeling like this. Oh, how do I want it to look? How do I, and try it again. I would draw this again. Let's draw Snoop again. All right, let's do it again. One more time. Try it one more time. The more you practice, the more you progress. What was the other one I heard? There's a few practice quotes. They say practice makes perfect, but you know, it has to be perfect practice. And what's that? I don't like the word perfect. I mean, you can try to make it, what would I say, of quality, but perfect, you can always say, oh, this is off, this is off. I know this drawing's a little off here and there. That's okay. It's about process. That's the way, this is the way I would do it. And that's the way. The ramblings, the minds. This is why it's called the mind storm. My ramblings, the ramblings of the art teacher. All right, here we go. Almost there, almost home. Almost home. It's our last drawing. It's already 7:15. Wow, we've been spending a lot of detail. That's what it is. It's a pretty complex little drawing here. Let's speed this up. Take it home, take it home. Okay, there's two parts to this chin. There's this part, and then there's this part, this inside part, kind of like coming out of that chin. And then the detail of all that hair. Oh, let's bring it up. Printer ink is so expensive. Yeah, we can all do screenshots on our own, most of us, and switch back and forth or do a split screen. Yeah, doing the split screen is great. Yeah, I got to figure it out. I got to figure out another way of doing it. Yeah, and luckily I do have now. I did download, but I got to play with it. It's what is it called? OBS. I'm not sure what it is. Where I'll be able to do more things. All right, here we go. Oh, I love these thick lines. Notice these thick lines. Let's see, practically perfect, Mary Poppins. Practically perfect, practically. Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. Practically perfect is perfect. Because you can get all caught up in, oh, it's not looking right. It's not looking, something's wrong with it. You don't know. but it's the practice that will reveal. It's like, oh, now I see it. Oh, now I see it. Right? But if you don't practice, the practicing will reveal. And it's just that practice, practice, practice. Seeing the shapes, big shapes, small shapes. Sometimes you just might have missed a medium-sized shape, or you might have missed. But that's the process. Coming along, coming along. Snoop. Let's zoom out. Oh, I think I know why it looks like this line over here. It's but it's not. That's why I'm getting the rock vibes. But it's there we go. It's just his braids once they go in, because this is the shape of his head. Yeah, there we go. And he's got the shading. Shading. That's a whole other again lesson. I'm not gonna get into it. Try to get the shading in there. All right, let's finish this ear. Just a little bit of a curve there. Let's zoom in. Inside of the ear. There's the inside of that ear. And then it kind of goes in. There's the tragus right there. And then he's got a little bit of shading up on this side, and then a little bit of shading down here. But it does, there's like a little, some of the structure in here. There's like a Y shape. And sometimes you can get away just shading it, shading it in. That inner ear, the inner mind, inner view. Instead of interview, there was a really cool program called Interview. A little bit of shade right there as it goes in. And then, ooh, the hair. Now, this is where we're really going to get a nice little feel for big shapes, little shapes. So getting to see the Papa shapes, Papa Bear. See, these are the Papa Bear shapes. This is a big shape. So I'm seeing this big shape right in here. See, this is the big shape, right? Then we have I guess the mama and baby shapes, because that's all that's left. It's these little circle shapes in here now. These little circle shapes, because that's the detail. There's no real mid shapes. It just goes from the big shape to these shapes inside. There's more detail. It does kind of come down here, and then there's like two little circles at the end. One, then there's overlapping. There's this one's on top, and then this one's behind a little bit behind. Yeah, there we go. Oh, time to bring out my sneeze button. Where's my? There it is. Ready? Let me see if I can time it. Oh, that was good timing. That was a good sneeze. All right, so here we go. Got the sneeze button. All right, there's a little bit of overlapping. There's things going on with these braids. It's actually that would probably be the baby. Yeah, there we go. That is the baby. The circle shapes is the mama shapes, and then the baby shapes are these the little detail, how these overlap and how they yeah, there's a little bit of overlapping. There's little intricacies that are going on with these little braids here as well. Interesting. Yeah, there we go. That's the baby shapes. I got the mama shapes, now the baby shapes. Yeah, see, that's all process, even with the shading. These are shaded round because they have, the bottom is shaded. See, the bottom has shading, so it makes it look rounded. Rounded around. Okay. I'm simplifying a little bit. There we go. And the last little piece. There we go. So it has a that nice little curve. See, because we got the big shape, we got the big structure, and then we got the middle structures, and then the baby structures. So mama, baby, papa, baby. Maybe I can use those to help you connect and help you remember the process. You go from papa to mama, papa shapes, mama shapes, then baby shapes. And that's the Goldilocks rule of drawing. Process. Detail goes last. The baby goes last. All right, looks good. See, there's a big old line. All this stuff is this is my outside shapes. And if you thought of that as the inside shapes, then your face would probably be wider than mine. And that's okay. Just know next time, hey, I was looking at this outside, the outside shape. See this outside, this line here was an outside line. These outside lines. And let's see, let's get the big shape. Let's do it again. Big shape, Papa shape. Here's my Papa shape right in here, right about there. See, even these two circles, I made them into one. So there's my Papa shape, Mama shapes, my Mama shapes. Let's get the Mama shapes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Mama shapes. And then the baby shapes, how the detail, the little details, how are those circles really going in together? How does it all fit? The detail, where's the overlapping? Where's the shadows? Oh, the little detail now. See, and then going darker, bold. It's a bold baby. The baby is bold. That's the process. Now you got to practice the process on your own, because the proper practice prevents poor performance. Proper practice prevents poor performance. Yep. That's it. Proper practice prevents poor performance. And this is the way you properly practice. All right, so now here's some overlapping. This one here is on top. And then this bigger one is underneath on this side. Let's see, it goes under. Notice the way they are juxtaposed. The way you see that, it's on top. There we go. Now I'm looking at my hand and it needs to go down there. All right. You're welcome. See you Thursday. Let's finish up these hands and call it a night. I think so. I think we can close this eye a little bit. It looks a little, there we go. That's better. Make them two. Oh, he's got an Adam's apple. See, this is a Papa shape, Mama shape, the Adam apple right in there. And then now the detail does kind of come in and then out, in, and then this overlapping, really nice. This Adam's apple, all the shading. All right, we'll see you Thursday. Simpler drawings. This is a little more complex. Oh, ooh, I missed that overlapping. This finger needs to go right in there. That's okay. Well, should we bring out the eraser? No, it's okay. So yeah, that finger's gonna be there. And that one's gonna be over here. Yeah, it has to move. It all has to move. All right. Yeah, let's just do it real quick. And then he's got that big chain. That big chain. That Cheney. VP Cheney. I can't believe he shot somebody in the face. Long time ago. Gosh, seemed like yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, Cheney, Dick Cheney, vice president.
Oh, that incident. Well, it was in the face?
Yeah, I think so. Did he shoot somebody in the face? I don't know. I can't
He
remember.
shot somebody, didn't think it was in the face.
Was it? Yeah, he shot somebody. Let me see. Where did he shoot somebody? I have to look it up. Not gonna look
But
it
it was a friend. He shot a friend.
Yeah, that makes it okay. With friends like that, who needs enemies? Oh my god. Yep. Politics. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and draw it. I mean, I have it all scribbled in. I'm gonna choose some of these fingers. I mean, that's the way I do it, but then you can see, I can see where I'm just gonna do it because I can see, like, I'm gonna assume I've got my middle-sized Mama shapes in there, but I'm just gonna do it. Here's a fingernail. Oops. Yeah, I don't know. I'm running out of gas. We're going overtime. And knuckle, where's that knuckle go? See, I think that knuckle went there. I just lost it. Yeah, I'm losing it. All right, that's that hand right there. Let me see, because we've got that. There's the first knuckle, or the first thing. Yeah, it should have gone right in here. There's a knuckle that goes right in there. It's like a wart now. Finger, there's one finger. It's doing the peace signs and the webbing. This is the webbing. he's got a ring right in here. I don't know what kind of ring it is, but we shall do that right there. And then there's a lot of little sausages like this. Those little rings and those are mama shapes. Those mama shapes. See, I got the baby shapes. Now the mama shapes are these like this one here. There's a circle there, oval there, another oval there, and then another oval there, probably. And then the nail. Get the nail on the head right there. There's the nail. And then that overlapping that I kind of missed. And then in and out. See, I'm going in and out around the mama shapes. Finger. Ring. Let's do the peace sign. And then that's the middle finger. And here's the ring finger with no ring. And then the pinky. There's the pinky. Onto the palm, that palm shape. And then to the wrist. And a slight shade on everything, just real quick. Bam. Bam. Not a real big Snoop Dogg fan. I mean, he's been through a lot. It's very commendable. But my cup of tea. But quite a character. Oh yeah, look at all the mama shapes, baby shapes with the chain. Yeah, try to get that the shape, the chain where it goes on there, and then you can see that the mama shapes. These are a little tougher to see. There's a lot of going in and out, almost almost like little circles too, like that. Yeah, the mama shapes. Mama shapes. Mama shapes. Mama shapes. Mama shapes. And then the baby shapes, the detail, the way it goes in and out on the mama shapes. See, on the mama shapes. These chains going in and out, something like that. You get that. See, that's what I'm talking about. All right, let's get this other hand and call it a night, as my batteries are running out. So there's one finger. Here's the middle finger right in there. Piece right in there. I'm doing the papa shapes. Papa shapes. I'm looking at the papa shapes, big papa shapes. Now the mama shapes. There's an oval in here. Mama shapes. Oval there. Oval here, and then an oval there. Oval there. Mama shapes. Another finger. Here's a ring finger with a ring on it. And then the pinky. All right, and then the palm. The palm. We've talked about drawing hands, the palm and the fingers about the same size, proportion wise. And then the wrist. It's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist right there. And then here we go. Here's a little oval shape, but it's a squiggled oval. It goes in and out, but that's an oval shape that would go there. See, this is why that oval, this little oval shape right in there. Knowing drawing cylinders will get you that more of a solid feel for that. And what's going on here? This is a coil fold on this. So you talk about the different kinds of clothing, the different kinds of folds. This is a coil fold going on right here, like a coil. There we go. Yeah, let's draw this hand and call it a night. There we go. Oh, shoulder. Got a shoulder going on here. Bony shoulder. Couple coil folds. Let it go straight. Draw real quick. Let's make this quick. Coil folds. All right, Whittington was sprayed with birdshot pellets to his face, neck, and chest. Oof, Whittington, not too witty. I'm here for the full class because my Potter class was canceled due to COVID outbreak. Oh no. Well, thank you for joining us. You got to draw. We got more we got the pleasure of your presence. Awesome. Here we go. Here's the palm. Here's the finger. Here's the ring. I'm just going over my scribbles. See, I'm making the drawing over my scribbles. Pottery class. From your pottery class to a pothead. All right, here we go. Where's my ins and outs? Yeah, ins and outs. My sausage fingers. There's the thickness of line. Got to watch the thickness of line. I'm doing them a little thin. A little webbing. And here we go. A nail, there's a nail there. Ins and outs. The thickness of this line right here, and there's reflected bounced light right in there, and the shading. I'm just doing it real quick. Not that accurate, but there we go. That's it. Full class. Thank you for joining us for our full class. And there he is, Snoop Dogg. Not the full chain, but you get the idea. All right. Thank you for joining us. Any questions, comments? I'm going to stop recording and we can hang out for a little bit. And